imagination running away with me. Just my imagination running away with me. So
think about the generations and to say we want to make it a better place for our children and our children's children, so that they know it's a better world for them.
Alright, so we tested the new wrap here at Newlife for the first time today. We have Aisha. We have Aisha. She's a store manager here in Freeport, Marlbough. And let's get her experience. We all had an experience.
I don't get my critique.
I'm standing here with the chef. Pretty big smile. How doing, man? And these guys actually blended a banana almond smoothie. It's going to be a part of the menu here at Newlife. Hopefully, everyone will be here to enjoy it for the first time. For the grand opening on November 1st, 2014. Newlife Alkaline restaurant, and we're going to be here for quite a while. Try the food. It's longer living, it's healthier, it's 100% electric self-food. It heals the body, it does what it has to do. And we use herbs, nothing but herbs. All the right herbs, we don't use anything of the hybrid sort, and more likely what we're going to be doing here is just pure alkaline food, no meat whatsoever. Alright, so stay tuned. Welcome to the episode of Chronicles of Healing. And this is the behind the scenes of the making of Newlife Alkaline Vegetation Self Food Restaurant right off of Freeport. Present day.
Welcome to another episode of the Chronicles of Healing, special edition. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm very pleased and excited to announce that just in a few short days, we're going to be participating in a ceremony, a ribbon cutting ceremony, to unveil to you, my Grand Bahamians and my fellow Bahamians from the northern Bahamas, and for those who want to fly over to this special, prestigious event, this is the grand opening of the Newlife Alkaline restaurant in Freeport, Grand Bahama. Just a couple of days, the countdown is on November 1st at 9:30 a.m. The Bahamas is going to witness history. The Caribbean is going to witness history. The Western Hemisphere, the world for that matter, is going to witness and bear witness to the first time ever a full-fledged alkaline restaurant. What do I mean by that? It's simple. We're going to use native foods, native plants to bring to you gourmet dishes and entrees that's going to captivate the mind, the body, the soul, and most definitely the taste buds. This is unheard of, unseen, and definitely unprecedented. We're going to bring to you food that is so delicious, but it's definitely nutritious. We're going to use the vegetations that grows wild, that do not require a farmer to nurture it, and we're going to bring it to you. Have you ever noticed that when you go to a food store and you pick whatever vegetable you want to pick, in a bag, in a freshly section of the food store, the vegetable section, whether it's kale, whether it's cabbage, whether it's lettuce. It's packed in a bag and it's there for weeks, even months, but yet it appeared to be fresh. How is this possible when, if you go in your backyard and you were to pick, for instance, a shepherd needle, some cerasee, some pear leaf, some guava leaf, by the time the sun set, that leaf would begin to wither. How is it that when we use our common sense and we see that when we detach the leaves from its life source, it begins to wither and die? This is not abnormal. This is the natural procession of life, the arrangement of life. When something is picked from its life source, it decays, a rigor mortis kicks in, and it begins to go back to the source. So how is it that a lot of the food stores, fruits and vegetables, have a lifespan that is so long that even after it's picked, detached from its life source, it refused to wither and die? It refused to dry out. That is not life, ladies and gentlemen. That is manufactured food contraband, we call it. So as we look at this simple demonstration, we see that this is the reason why many of us are eating vegetables and are not yielding any results. As a matter of fact, many persons that are vegetarian are severely anemic, are severely sick, because the food that they're eating are in turn eating them out, depriving them of the very minerals that they are trying to replenish and uphold and upkeep. So ladies and gentlemen, at the Newlife restaurant, there is nothing in there that is going to be used from the food store. We're going to go to the vendors, to the farmers. We're going to go to persons that are growing without fertilizers, that is using seaweed to fertilize their crops, that are using sea mulch, that are using vegetation mulch and plant mulch to replenish the soil and to grow healthy organic crops, much like our ancestors did by using the almanac, prescribing to the seasons, and using things that are in season and things that are wild and things that are rich in vitality and life. This is what's so special about the Newlife Alkaline restaurant. Ladies and gentlemen, it's with pleasure that I'm going to say to you that we're going to be serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You, my viewers, are going to be able to bring your family in a clean, wholesome environment and enjoy food at its best. And you are going to be the recipient and the witness to the statement, may the food be the medicine, and may the medicine be the food, and if God didn't make it, don't take it. Ladies and gentlemen, as we explore a different dimension of healing, holistic living, and as we explore health in its pristine form, it's a pleasure that I welcome you, and I want to extend an invitation to each and every one of you that is watching me, that is able and capable to come over. If you're in Nassau and you want to make the trip over for the presentation, I invite you to come and be a part of the thousands of Grand Bahamians that's going to be gathered here to be a part of history. This is a direct stimulation of the economy, investment in the economy and the people, and this is for the people. This is how we're going to beat disease. So there's a new sheriff in town, Mr. Disease, Mr. Pathology. There's a new sheriff in town, and he is going to root you out of town. He's going to beat you out of town, Mr. Disease, and his name is the Alkaline Restaurant from Newlife. He's the new sheriff in town, and he's coming to Freeport, and he's going to eradicate disease in the form of food for the people. Wholesome food, tasty food, delicious food, mouth-watering food, finger-licking, biting food. And this is something that all of you in Grand Bahama can be very proud of. All of you as my fellow Bahamians can be proud of. Because this is something that is very, very timely, as we see so much disease that are lifestyle. You see so much person are dying, so much people are getting amputations because of simple lack of choices. People come to me all the time and say, Mr. Monka, I want to live right, but my choices are limited. And I say to them, well, most of the things you require is free. Fresh air, fresh water, rest, exercise, and a good diet. But people don't know how to go in their yard and pick the sharper needle and the scourge needle and make food with it. So a part of the restaurant is also training and teaching persons how to make delicious meals for their family. We're also going to have sprouting. We're also going to have raw foods for those that's in the raw and sprouting. This is going to be so phenomenal. It's going to be a revolution that's going to be initiated. So I want to invite all of the able and those that are not so able, come and be a part of this wonderful, grander experience. Make the food the medicine and make the medicine the food. Also, we're going to have a lot of testimonies, persons that have been recipient of the Newlife products, particularly the Seamoss, the Healing Tonic, the Chelation. Those that have made lifestyle changes, come out and hear what these persons have to say. Bring the family, bring the children. The kids is also going to enjoy the food. I don't want to preempt much of what's going to happen because I'm going to leave much surprise for you. But ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a day to be excited. I've never been so excited in such a long time to introduce something of equity to my people, my fellow Bahamians. So this is something that definitely needs to be logged in the history of time. Today, November the 1st, 2014, the day when disease was stricken a blow, that day when life was given, that day when we began the journey of living our life, of living instead of dying. This is the day that the Lord have made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And I end on this note, Psalms 104 and 14. God made the grass for the cattle, and He made the herbs for the service of mankind. Genesis 1 and 29. May the fruit be for meat, and may the leaves be for medicine. Ladies and gentlemen, with much excitement, with much anticipation, meet me there, beat me there, greet me there at the Newlife grand opening of the Alkaline restaurant in Freeport, Grand Bahama, November 1st, 9:30 a.m. Thank you.
Just my imagination. Just my imagination running away with me. Just my imagination running away with me. So oh yeah.
Hasn't done so as yet, November the 1st, you need to mark it on your calendar. Are we gonna open Newlife here in Freeport? It's expected to be one of the main attractions to Freeport. We're trying to take food to another level. Some of the exciting things you would want to try, which you might have tried to use at home but didn't get the full concept, recipe. Newlife is the place to be. November 1st, you get things like a vegetarian pizza with avocado cheese. Nobody never heard about avocado cheese. A lot of people, a lot of vegan might have heard about avocado cheese, but never experienced it. So coming into Newlife on November 1st, you'd experience a sample of a vegetarian pizza with avocado cheese. And we got almond cheese and a number of other cheeses. So come on down and be excited with us. We got other things like the black cultivated rice, quinoa. We have one of our restaurant special mushroom burgers. You must try it. And we will make your taste buds recalibrated. Sample here, the Seamoss and spelt flour bread. Just a sample now. We're right there in the kitchen, just trying to make it right.
My name is Chef Sean Smith. We be doing the fresh Alkaline products here named Marlbough.
So ladies and gentlemen, right now I'm about to introduce you to a product called Seamoss. The Seamoss comes from the ocean. It has 92 minerals. You can imagine taking a substance that has 92 minerals. The body only have 102, and out of the 102 there's have 92. So once you take Seamoss, you don't need vitamins and those other megamans or one-a-day substances. This is the ultimate. What is the Seamoss good for? Picture drinking a substance that's going to take away your appetite. It's going to give you energy and remove the gastro or the reflux, the acid, the acidity in the stomach. Imagine that. 92 minerals, a substance that give you energy, that revitalizes the cells, that rebuilds the cells. Anybody that has problem with weight loss, that want to lose weight, obesity, anybody that has skin problems, hair problems, libido problems, problems with inflammation, fluid, pain, whether it's joint pain, arthritic condition, rheumatism, arthritis. It addresses the thyroid because of the iodine in it. It's good for cholesterol, hypertension. It's good for diabetes. It helps with circulation. The Seamoss is something that rebuilds the cells. It's a renovator. It's the body's renovator. It renovates the body. And a lot of us need some renovation because we've been doing some not so good stuff. So I highly recommend, for those of you that come here for the first time, I highly recommend you to consider the Seamoss Bladder Mix. Highly recommend it. Another product that I highly recommend, that if you don't have this product, you probably never riot. A lot of you in attendance may already be experiencing this product here. This is the special healing tonic, and this is made with herbs strictly from the rainforest, the Amazon, and Central America. This is the special healing tonic. The purpose of this is to remove impurities out of the blood, to remove parasites, to kill fungus and parasites, infections, STDs. It helps with circulation. And so doing, it's very, very effective against hypertension. As a matter of fact, this product is responsible for taking off hundreds of persons off medication for hypertension over the last 3 years. Their physician removed them. We had a lady that took this, that was on medication for 40 years. and now she went back to a physician, and he was forced to take her off her medication after 40 years of being a hypertensive patient. So the healing tonic and the Seamoss, ladies and gentlemen, is definitely a product, a force to reckon with, and it's definitely a God blessing to the Bahama land. So I highly recommend the Seamoss and the healing tonic. I want to introduce you to Chelation. We just explored two products. The Seamoss, which is a rebuilder for the body, the renovator of the human structure. The healing tonic, which helps circulation, afford the body a lot of oxygen by causing proper circulation in the circulatory system. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd be remiss if I don't mention to you the Chelation. The Chelation is something that removes poison and toxins out of the system, out of the blood. It don't give you diarrhea. It cleanses the pancreas, the skin, the colon, 100 trillion cells. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard me right. 100 trillion cells is cleansed simultaneously. God giving you a diarrhea experience. Mass, you have a normal pass, you don't screw the stomach, and it gives you a thorough cleanse. So I highly recommend the Chelation. So for somebody that says that they don't have anything wrong with them, haven't been diagnosed with any disease, I would recommend those same three products: Seamoss, healing tonic, Chelation. One rebuilds, one take away the toxins, and one affords you oxygen and help proper circulation, help the proliferation of cells, help the body and the blood to maintain that homeostasis, that balance of alkalinity. The Chelation. Another product that is very popular is the bilberry raspberry tonic. The bilberry raspberry tonic is an excellent product for diabetics. Excellent. As a matter of fact, within taking this, within hours, you would notice as a diabetic patient, the numbness and the tingling sensation in the extremities will all but dissipate out of the system. Ladies and gentlemen, bilberry raspberry tonic is high in a mineral called chromium, which is good for the pancreas, and this addresses the central nervous system, and it helps with proper circulation and helps to restore the pancreas. Also, bilberry was given to World War II pilots for night vision. This restored the vision of the pilots. So anybody that have a problem with their eyes or have a problem with the nervous condition, the neuropathy, this bilberry raspberry tonic is an excellent product. Also, it's an excellent product for somebody that just had a baby. Any female that just had a baby is excellent for after childbirth, before childbirth. It's also good because of the raspberry. Good for person that's infertile, that's having a problem having a child. This is a good product. It's also good for female that have period cramp, problem with the menstruation, excessive bleeding or hemorrhaging. This is an excellent product because it acts as an astringent to help to stem that problem. The bilberry is also good for hypertension, by the way. So this is one of the best products in Newlife for diabetes. So give it a try. And for somebody with diabetes, I would recommend Seamoss, healing tonic, Chelation, and the bilberry. Somebody with hypertension, I would recommend the Seamoss, healing tonic, and Chelation. Somebody with hypertension and diabetes, I recommend the Seamoss, healing tonic, Chelation, and bilberry. Now, fellas, oh my fellas, this is the male thunderstrike. Listen to that name. Need I explain it? Male thunderstrike. What this does is this addresses the prostate glands. It maintains and restores balance in the male system to maintain that hormonal balance, because a lot of us have been subjected to artificial food like soy that interfere with the testosterone in men, and this is causing a lot of problems. So this will restore that balance, maintain the balance, and sustain the balance in the system. Also, it addresses the prostate. A lot of persons that eat cassava, sweet potato, and peanuts, these high yeast food and drinking wine, females who drinking wine, these food cause tumors to grow. They feed the prostate gland, inflame it. The male thunderstrike will address that most definitely. But this, as officers, you can't sign your bail. You guys do the locking up. So if we don't want you to commit murder, when you drink this male thunderstrike. Because this is a wonderful product, and this here, you know where I'm leaning at. This will give you the championship belt again. This is the male thunderstrike. I'm proud of it. And with the male thunderstrike is a product that has become very, very popular. This is called the Cat Island Restoration Tonic. A lot of persons could actually take this along with the Cat Island Tonic. Actually, it has herbs in it all the way from Cat Island. Everything in this bottle comes from Cat Island. So you're taking a piece of the Bahamas. If you take this with the Thunderstrike, you will notice maximum amount of results because it helps with circulation. It has an herb called stiffcock, it has basilito, strongback, galawin, camalami, all of these wonderful herbs and many, many more that address the prostate, also helps with circulation, helps to fight maladies in the blood, purify the blood, helps with tumors, helps to kill cancer, hypertension, diabetes. So men and females, this is good. This is good for the female. A lot of men been taking this Thunderstrike, this Cat Island Tonic, along with the Thunderstrike, and have been telling me wonderful, wonderful stories. So this is a wonderful product to try, the Cat Island Restoration Tonic. This is a herb that is very powerful. That goes, it bleeds once a year. It's called Draco, or Sarre de Drago, dragon's blood. And this is an astringent. Anybody that has bleeding, infection, cancer, internal bleeding, diabetes, hypertension, this is a herb that is wonderful. We use it for females with fibroid tumors that have severe bleeding. This is a wonderful herb. And it kills fungus, it kills STDs, it kills infection. This is the Draco. We also have this in a stronger form called the dragon's blood, and extract that you could actually drip into some water or some healing tonic or something, and you drink that. And it's a very, very good product, the Draco. Now, I would be remiss if I speak about the Thunderstrike and I don't speak about the Lioness. The Lioness, ladies and gentlemen, this is the counterpart to the Thunderstrike. Now fellas, be careful when your wife drinks this, because you know how she always telling you that she have a headache. Honey, not tonight, I have a headache. But fellas, you gonna be the one talking about you have a headache when she drink this. This is called the female Lioness drink. Very, very good. It's good for fibroid tumors, endometriosis, ovarian cysts, infertility, excess bleeding, hemorrhaging. It's good for all of those wonderful things. So this is the female Lioness drink that's gonna help to restore the balance in the system. So ladies and gentlemen, this is definitely a product that all females that have been fighting with, struggling with fibroids, excessive bleeding, who just have a low libido, who just want to maintain that balance, I highly recommend the female Lioness tonic. It's a very, very good herb, and it does other things that you don't even know. It just maintain and restore that fauna, that equilibrium in the female system. Ladies and gentlemen, the female Lioness tonic. We have a herb here called the Kalawala. The Kalawala is actually the only herb on the planet that is being prescribed in the hospitals in Europe because of the immunomodulator properties in it that regulates the immune system. Anybody that has autoimmune disease, whether it's multiple sclerosis, lupus, ALS, herpes, HIV, whatever the malady is, it's an immune builder, and I love it. Probably the only herb it never don't taste bad. It tastes almost like water, but it's very, very powerful. It's good for the joints, arthritis, and it's good for the flu, influenza, and cold, and sinus, etc., etc. Along with the Seamoss. Seamoss is also good for flu and colds. A lot of persons in the Bahamas are anemic, severely anemic, and don't even know it. But when we talk about iron, we're not talking about iron that constipates you, like Trihemex and Return, and those oxide form of iron that you get in the form of Vitamalt or Guinness or SSS tonic. This is a plant-based iron that rebuilds the blood very, very fast. We had a gentleman that got knocked down in January, and in 1 week time, his hemoglobin rose from 6 to 12.5 in 1 week with just taking his iron. The iron is very, very good, ladies and gentlemen, and it rebuilds the system. Iron fights inflammation. Without iron, we cannot receive oxygen. As a matter of fact, you could take all the minerals on the spectrum and you take iron and you die. Iron, you can take iron, you don't have to take no other minerals, and you live forever. Iron, ladies and gentlemen, there can be no healing with the absence of iron. So iron is the source of life. We have it at Newlife. Ladies and gentlemen, the iron plus formula. Lastly, we have the nerve tonic. The person that with insomnia, person that can't sleep, person that have stress, anxiety, depression, pain, whatever type of pain, this nerve tonic is a wonderful tonic that addresses the central nervous system. It has herbs rich in L-dopa that helps the part of the brain that keep you from getting Parkinson's. This is an herb that specifically designed to address the central nervous system and keep it at optimum. So this is the nerve tonic. Ladies and gentlemen, these are just some of the herbs that we have here at Newlife. We also have, for your pleasure, the Iceland spring water, which has a pH of 8.88. I highly recommend you drinking an alkaline based water with a pH of 8.5 and up, especially if you're fasting. But you should not drink a water with a pH below 8.5. So I highly recommend the Iceland spring water. It's very, very good. It neutralizes acid in the body, whether it's acid reflux, whatever. It's a very, very good product. The Iceland spring water.